Hello. I guess
Hey,
I should do a little finger snap. Oh, other way. Since I mean, how many little snaps? There was like 1,000 snaps. Um, so basically, I am the most impatient person on the planet when it comes to opening decks and doing unboxings. And there was no way to schedule this live because I didn't know exactly when the box was going to come. It was supposed to come today. Thank God it did. So, like, smart me would have just waited until Friday or Saturday and scheduled it so people could, like, plan to be here.
but you have the
But
impatient toddler.
I have no patience to wait until tomorrow. I would have opened it already by then. Um, oh, and say hello to Melissa. Oh, by the way, right there.
Hey everyone.
So this is Melissa Zupan. Definitely follow her channel and also her blog, which she can plug in a second because essentially she wrote the book on how to find the deck that is in the box. Well, I guess pamphlet because it's not like a full-on book, but
It's a post. Oh my goodness, we've got Jackie saying hi and Christina saying hi. Toadstool Tarot is there. Hey everyone. Oh my gosh, this is fun.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So I truly did not expect a ton of people to be here anyway because I mean I didn't schedule it or plan or tell a single person that I was doing it. I didn't even tell Melissa what time we were going to do it until like 20 minutes ago. So basically, what I'm going to be unboxing, and then I'll explain why Melissa is here because it'll all make sense once I start explaining it. So basically, Melissa helped me get this. This is already mine, but she helped me find this. She has an entire blog post about it, and she has a couple of videos. I think you have more than one video on your channel with it, don't you?
I think it's just the one with the JK. Maybe I have one of the JK and one where I'm comparing it to a yellow.
Another
I think
something.
that might be it. One with just the JK and one where I'm comparing it to the yellow.
Anyway, if you want to get a very good look at the cards, go to her channel and see her compare it to the I don't remember which deck it was, but an RWS. So,
That's on my channel right now.
but yeah. So basically, her blog post is all about digging through like Yahoo Japan auctions and um, using like a third party, what do you call it? A proxy buyer.
Proxy
So
buyer, yeah.
using a proxy buyer, um, basically, it sounds very intimidating, truly. I did not use a proxy buyer to get my first one because I was too intimidated. Long story short, like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were chatting and she was like, "Oh, look, I found another JK Weight and it's not a bad price." And I was like, "Oh, well, I knew." Oh, sorry, you couldn't tell because I flashed the box too fast. It's the JK Weight Tarot. That's not actually the name of it.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a name. The name in English on the box is Tarot Deck and Cards. I know that big giant kanji there, that says tarot. So I'm assuming the rest of it in Japanese is Tarot Deck and Cards.
Yeah.
But collectors do call it the JK Weight because the creator of it is a fellow by the name of Alexandria Jupiter King. That is his pseudonym.
So basically, she sent me the listing, and I was like, well, I know at least a couple of people that definitely want one. and the price is good. So I bought it, and then she messaged me. I was like, "Are you gonna get it?" And I was like, I already got it. So I got that one, and then it didn't even feel like 5 minutes passed, and she was like, "Here's another one, also not a bad price, and I think this one is a first edition." And I was like, damn. So I ordered that one too. And then actually I don't think Mindy will mind me sharing that it was her. But anyway, the Artistry of Tarot, Mindy, is who I was thinking about for the first deck. And then the second deck was a first edition, and I wanted it because my deck is the last edition that they came out with. So I thought it would be cool to have the first and the last.
Bookends nicely.
Yeah. So I messaged Mindy and was like, "Hey, I found a JK weight deck, and I know you want it." And she was like, "Damn it, I'm doing a no-buy thing for like 12 weeks, and of course, you make me ruin it." And I was like, "Sorry, like I didn't know that." Needless to say, she was not really upset. She was really glad that I found it. Well, the way that, and Melissa can explain it better, but the way that the proxy buyer works is basically you put in a request to them for them to buy the deck for you, and then they buy it. But I guess there can be a lag in the amount of time between like you putting the request in and them actually buying it, and someone else could buy it potentially. That's what happened with the first deck. And then not even 10 minutes after I bought those two, no, it was a little longer than that. Anyway, Melissa sent yet another one, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to do it. So I did it. And now I've used a proxy buyer, and it's all Melissa's fault. This entire purchase is Melissa's fault.
When you're buying things from Japan, you do have to use a proxy buyer because for whatever reason, Japanese law doesn't necessarily permit Westerners from buying directly from things like Amazon Japan, Yahoo Auctions Japan, which is their version of eBay, Mercari, Rakuten, all these other online retailers. You just can't buy from them directly. So you have to basically like use a business whose sole purpose is to buy that thing and then have it shipped to them, and then they ship it to you. It's a weird process, but it works really well. And
it did work so well.
Yeah, all the proxy buyers I've used have been phenomenal.
Yeah, I know you said you liked White Rabbit better, I think.
Yeah, there's two companies that I've used for the proxy buyers, White Rabbit and Buyee.com, Buyee.com. White Rabbit is so professional. It is ridiculous how professional they are, and they communicate all the time. Buyee, on the other hand, has inbuilt translation. So you don't have to worry about like knowing how to read Japanese, which is delightful because who knows how to do that?
Yeah. And also, so another thing that I was worried about is the cost of shipping from Japan, because like it really is the other side of the world. Like I feel like regularly I buy things from the UK or Europe, and
but they're so much closer.
Yeah, and this got here way faster than things that I've gotten from Europe in the last couple of weeks, for sure.
For sure.
I mean, I'm still waiting on decks that I bought before this.
But you got it shipped through DHL because I think Japan right now currently is not permitting any postage to the United States through normal postage.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's DHL.
Yeah, DHL is kind of like FedEx in a lot of ways, especially if you're buying from, well, frankly, Asia, India, China, Japan. DHL seems to be the way to go.
So I opened it. Because this is how impatient I am. The entire time I was talking, I was using the knife to slowly like bust it open.
Yeah, I can totally tell.
So I will say DHL Oh, all right. Lots of bubble wrap. DHL shipped this extremely fast. I was surprised how fast. Of course, Melissa was not surprised because she's done this before. But I think that this got shipped. Today is the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
I think this shipped on
5 days ago.
Huh?
Wasn't it like less than 5 days ago?
Yeah, it was like either late Sunday that I got the notification or on like Monday. I don't remember which one. So it got here from Japan in like 4 days, basically.
We're saying drum roll, please.
Oh yeah, a little drum roll. So the first one that I got is just the deck by itself, which honestly I will say, yeah, what I will say though, like unless you know how to read Japanese, you're not missing out really, because every component of it is in Japanese.
Every component. He's really not joking there. This part for me falls out, so I'm not gonna do that. But all you get in it is essentially a book, and the book is solidly in Japanese. So that's what that looks like. So you are definitely not missing out on anything if you don't have a book, because you can't read it.
So this one is, let me see if I can show you mine. So mine is the last printing, and it came in this tan box.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, obviously, I'm not talking to you, Melissa, because you're the one who told me all of this. But it feels like I'm talking to you about it, which makes me feel silly because you.
No, I get it. We have an audience. I can see them.
Yeah.
Here. Crazy.
So they all have, after the first edition, they all have this back. And this is actually the one that I got. Oh
wait. Hey, does that box have a snap to it?
No.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a new box that I didn't know about. So I have a 4th edition, and it has that brown box, but it has this little snap at the top. I think the 4th or 5th might have been the last one to have the snap. I thought they went directly to the tan box after that. I didn't know that there was a dark brown.
The tan one is not, it isn't leather like yours.
This isn't leather either. This is just a really thick cardboard.
Well, okay, then I guess this is maybe the similar or the same, but it's kind of textured. Can you?
I can kind of see the texture.
Anyway, it's textured and like pretty matte. This brown box is like really shiny.
Yeah, and it looks like a fairly standard tuck box.
Yeah, but still really thick. It's still, I think, nicer than just like a regular old US Games.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, those look like they're in great condition.
They are in good shape. And there are reversals in here, so obviously somebody used them.
Shuffled it.
I feel like usually when I open a vintage box, the only time I really think, oh, somebody used this is if there are reversals.
Mm-hmm.
Which really is kind of silly because like I don't read reversals, so it's weird that I just assume that everyone else does.
Yeah. A few people have said something. Robin's asked if the labels are in Japanese. They're not. They are in English.
Oh, yeah, look. Ace of Cups. Which I will say that is kind of strange to me that they chose to do that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why, other than like honestly, like if we have a Marseille deck, we tend to still publish the French titles, right? So maybe it's just that it's very much a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Like that's an English deck. Might as well print the English titles.
Yeah. And
Everybody's commenting on the
Rachel,
colors. Aren't these
yeah,
colors amazing?
Rachel the Cackling Moon, actually, I thought of her the first time that I saw this because I know she collects RWS too.
Hmm.
Um,
I love your channel, Rachel.
yes, me too. Ooh, and I'm so glad she's done like two of those little like catching up videos that she does that are like a half hour long, and it's perfect. It's like the perfect amount of time for me to put on like while I take a shower and do my nighttime stuff. And
Yeah, that half hour is a real sweet spot.
so I guess
That looks fantastic.
normally I wouldn't do like an entire, I guess I'm going kind of fast too. I wouldn't do like a whole flip through, but I feel like a lot of people really haven't seen this.
Waterchild Tarot has asked, what era are these decks from? Were they published? These decks are very much early 1970s. I can't remember exactly when they were published. I think like 1973. The general gist is that the creator, Alexandria Jupiter King, had just gotten into tarot. I believe the shtick was he was a journalist and had been assigned to like do the horoscope column, and just really got into fortune telling in a large scale. And fortune telling in Japan is way more involved than it is here. So he got a copy of probably essentially either the yellow box or the blue box, the plaid back Rider-Waite, and loved it. But the colors and everything, Japan has their own way of doing things. Different colors mean different things. Different orientations mean different things. If you look, there's an awful lot of these cards where the orientation's flipped, like the fool's walking a whole different direction and things like that. So he basically contracted an artist to recreate the Rider-Waite-Smith, but more sympathetic for the Japanese culture.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that, the way that they flipped some of the majors and the way that they're looking and stuff. And it is really reminiscent of how they read books because the book is from back to front too. Which is kind of a cool way to think about that because I feel like most people think about directionally.
Favorite card right there.
Wait, who?
That's everyone's favorite card there. Show it nice and big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a Japanese Frank Albano Water Child Tarot.
Oh, there we go. I adjusted my lighting. Sorry that I flipped through the whole deck before I thought, oh, let me check the lighting. I'm just so excited to have it. That sounds ridiculous because I already have it. I'm just excited that it's finally here because I'm so impatient. This is one where they've changed it because typically the Emperor is looking at you.
Mm-hmm. But that one's far more like the BOTA, all sorts of other different decks where the Emperor is actually in profile.
So also the other little caveat to the deck is that it wasn't really distributed outside of Japan, correct?
I don't think at all. It is strictly Japanese.
Hard to come by in the States. This Ten of Swords, I think, is so cool.
I love how pink it is.
So it's hard to come by here, which is why when I saw it, honestly, as many times as I Googled it, it always brought me to your blog post almost every single time.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the only people who have written on it in English, which is that's a weight. It's like me and Dusty White, essentially. And there's a couple other YouTube videos. I know how we feel about Dusty, but
love Dusty. I think he's done a great service to the community. I think that his fact-checking team and web developer could stand to work a little overtime sometimes.
For those of you who don't know, this Dusty White we're talking about, he runs a website called waitsmith.org. It is a brilliant resource if you're into historical decks. He's got information on there about all the historical PAM decks. He's got information there about Albano, University books, his J.K. Waite deck. But the site itself is a little problematic. A lot of links don't necessarily work and take you to where they need to be going. And it hasn't been updated actually in a while. And
yeah, lots of links that go to nothing at all. And speaking of, this is the one from Japan that I was waiting on that I think could be the first edition. Mm-hmm. And before I actually open it, so I just want to talk about how we were just talking about Dusty. So his website shows the first edition with something else. This is different, right? The clear part is different.
Yeah, I think it's also on the other sides. Like the deck is on the left and the book is on the right or something like that. But I'm not entirely sold on the fact of that image being the first edition. Exactly.
Dusty. Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at. You were responding to Waterchild.
Yeah. Waterchild Terror has asked, when did we learn about this edition? I learned about it as a teenager. It was the first deck that was used when I had my very first professional reading. When I paid somebody else to do a reading for me, they used this deck. And I fell in love with it, and I was never able to find it until a couple of years ago when I thought, wait a second, that was Japanese. Maybe eBay Japan has it. And then I realized there is no eBay Japan and had to go down this rabbit hole of proxy buyers and whatnot. So that's how I found out about it as a teenager. And then Dusty White really helped me. That website helped me figure out what it was. Is this first edition?
Oh, I truly didn't open it.
Oh, okay. Look at you being so nice.
Oh, that's fun. I don't think mine has this.
Yes, no, it doesn't. And I'm so excited that you have a copy of that. Can you bring that closer to the camera and show people?
Is this literally a little white book for it?
I didn't realize it was a little white book. I thought it was a little pamphlet, but that is 110% the only thing in any of these decks that has Waite JK or JK Waite on it in any capacity, which is why people today call it the Waite JK or the JK Waite Tarot. Because
that's exciting. So I think it is. I mean, I don't read. This is weird, though. I think this is just. Yeah. Okay, so it's only the majors in the little white book.
Okay, that makes sense.
And well, that's just the assumption that I'm making because it has regular. Oh, come on, really?
Look at me trying to peer. I wear glasses typically, and I don't have them on because the reflection would be too bad, so I can't see.
A complete joke. Anyway, you can't see, but I guess here's another you just gotta trust me moment. They have regular numbers 1, 2, 3, English numbers. And they only go up to 21.
So yeah.
Well, they go up to 22, but it's interesting where they put the Fool. Well, I'm assuming 0 is the Fool. They put it second to last. So the numbers go 19, 20, 0, 21.
I don't understand, but...
Me either. And then they have, of course, the Celtic Cross right on the front. I can't really give you much information about any of this, obviously, than what I just did. And now I can't wait any longer, so I'm opening it.
You totally
Yeah.
have to see that little white book. Like, I've never been able to see that much of it anywhere else on the internet. Yes! Yes!
Yay! How perfect. And
Oh, we call
it has this too, and I don't think I have this.
I'd have that in mind. There should be 2 cards that are kind of like that. Hang on. I don't have a first edition. I have a 4th edition for what it's worth. But there should be 2 cards. Let me find some place to put my cards so that I don't spill them everywhere. But the 2 extra cards should look a little bit like that. They are different, apparently. Whatever. I've got the lights set up super weird for my house because I can't film anywhere in this place.
Oh, sorry that I just like left the entire planet and chat and everything and just immediately started.
So we definitely know, everyone who is watching, that this is a first edition because of the way the backs look. The first editions have those backs with the hexagram, the Star of David on the back, yeah. And all the other backs, if I can figure out how the angles of the lights go, they should look a little bit like that. So this is every other deck other than the first edition. So he totally has the first edition, and this is super cool.
This is super cool. I was really worried that I was going to look like an asshole and disappointed opening this deck that is really hard to find. And also it's the second version of it that I have. So I really would have looked like a total douchebag if I had opened this and just been fully disappointed on screen.
Well, I'm that's not the way it went.
Me too, because I would have just had to press in broadcast and just drop everything because I would have been so disappointed and not wanted to be disappointed. That's cool. Well, I can't wait to like look at them side by side and see like if the colors changed at all or anything like that. That's the kind of thing that I think people think that I'm nuts.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know, Melissa. They don't know that you're in the same boat as me.
I am. It's sad.
Oh, look, the other one.
There you go.
But the reason I really like.
Congratulations, this is awesome, etc. Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
No. What is DW? Do you see that?
Dusty White.
Oh, yes. Got it. Okay.
We have a paddle robin. We steer this boat fairly decently.
Oh, I don't. Anyone who's been in my lives knows this could go for 5 minutes, or I could be on this bitch for 2 hours and not even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to keep you all day.
Oh, no. But I know that I am definitely interested to see if the colors and production quality and everything changed appreciably from edition 1 to edition last. And you are one of the only people I know of in the world who has that ability to tell us.
Well, I wouldn't have if it weren't for you.
No.
Really? Well, let me... Okay, so this is my last edition, newest, very first. They feel, honestly, almost the same. The only difference is this one kind of feels like it has a core or something, like it's a little less bendy.
So it's a little bit more rigid?
Yeah, but it feels like the same thickness.
that could probably be the case. I know that there's plenty of cards that kind of do that. I know I just got a deck from Drive Through Cards that is a little bit more flexible than the previous deck that I got from Drive Through Cards. So maybe it is a core issue.
Well,
Jackie's saying we need a side-by-side walkthrough.
yeah, I will do that as soon as I end this. I'll do it.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that.
I do wish all is right with the world. I now have every piece that would have come with the decks because I didn't have this with the first one. This little flap.
That little flap in the first deck you got.
Yeah.
It didn't have it in the last edition.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was printed on like a fly leaf or something like that, but you didn't have the special little paper that they had to paste in.
Perfect. Now I do. And I have this little oboe, you called it? Obi. Forgive me, any Japanese folks that might be watching, but probably are not.
Probably not.
Yeah. So, okay, so long story short, potentially I might be reselling / trading this one. Someone already is potentially in the works with that. If it doesn't fall through, leave a little comment and let me know that you're interested because I don't need 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Rachel. I knew that when you saw it.
Pokemon on this deck.
Oh, no. I'm not doing that. Oh, but we might as well go ahead and share your little catchphrase. So, Melissa is literally the catalyst for me getting all the editions of lots of things. So, yeah. She calls it going full Pokemon because you gotta catch them all. And I thought that was the funniest thing on the planet. And so now we joke back and forth about when other editions of decks come out, we'll be like, do you really want to go full Pokemon on this one? Because, like, there's a lot of them. And I definitely do not want to go full Pokemon on this. It would be lots of stalking. The shipping, I will say the shipping combined wasn't as bad as I thought. I think it was like $50 from Japan, which, like, that is a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a lot, but it would have been a lot more if I would have done it separately. But Buy will combine ship. So I just had to put a request for them to, and they basically go to their warehouse and get the 2 items, put them together, and make a whole new little ticket. And then they shipped it all together, which was nice.
With shipping, the first 2 pounds are pretty much like the most expensive, and from then they're out, it becomes less and less expensive per pound, I guess.
Yeah. So, Jackie wants to know if I said how much. Okay, so what I will say is I'm just going to tell you how much I spent on them, honestly, because I think it's shitty when people show out of print decks or, other stuff, and then they lead you to believe that they got this amazing deal and it was just fantastic, and then let you think that you can find it for $20 when you cannot. Like, you're not going to find this deck for $20. If you do, immediately buy it. Don't ask any questions, just buy it, because it's definitely worth more than that. So, this edition that I got.
This is his last edition.
This is the newest last. This is I think it's the 15th printing.
Yeah.
So this is the 15th printing. It was the first one that I got too. It was the most that I ever spent on a deck, and I hemmed and hawed about it I think over a day, texting poor Melissa nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? Do I need to get it? Because there was another one on eBay for a while. No one, I mean, no one was buying it, and then all of a sudden it sold, and I was like, well, shit, there it goes. I'm not going to find that again for a while. Then another one, this one came up. So I got this. It was $250, which was like crippling to think about because that's too much money. Truly, it is too much money. I will say, though, it was free shipping, which means nothing, really. But the deck was in phenomenal shape, which makes sense because it was the newest edition. And it
got
had,
an amazing collector who archives stuff wonderfully.
yeah, and it has the little obi, which Melissa has told me since that it's pretty uncommon to see it because it's not like it isn't attached. It's literally just a slip of paper that comes off of it. And then obviously the deck came from Japan and like I don't know, it's just uncommon. So it was $250. That is like I don't think I would spend that again. I know.
That's not bad at all, though. And Robin Toadstool Tarot has said that his top dollar limit is 200, so it is relative. Some people 250, not that big of a deal. That's my top limit. I've never spent more than 250 on a deck, and I hope I don't do that too often because it takes a big chunk out of my my fun cash.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I will say it looks like, if you look at my deck collection, I think it looks like I
are made of money.
Yes, spend just like shit tons of money. What I will say is when I first met you and we were collecting the yellow boxes, I could get a yellow box deck without the copyright on it for $50 or less usually.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden in the last like 6 months, 8 months, it's like I mean the yellow boxes now like I feel like go for over $100 most of the time.
But everybody's home with quarantine stuff and has time to research the stuff before we're, maybe didn't otherwise. John M has asked. He has an offer for an out of print Barbara Walker deck for $60, and has asked if that's a good deal. I think that you honestly could find Barbara Walker for $35 or less.
I think they could too with patience, but I will say they do kind of go up a little higher sometimes.
Yeah, it's true.
But back to Jackie and this little sale. These two decks combined, I think, were only... No, I don't think they were... Let me just pull it up. And I can just tell you.
My memory was like $50-$60 each.
Yeah, it was less than what I paid for just this one.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And shipping in on top of it.
Yeah, it was less even with the shipping. It was still less.
But yeah. The Cackling Moon has said your out of print decks find you brands. They're meant to be, and they totally are. Like you have like the Midas touch.
Well, and I don't mind. I don't mind passing them along too when I have more than one. I mean, sometimes I'll buy an edition that I already have that I didn't know that I had because, like, we can't all be meticulous record keepers like Melissa over there. But, I mean...
He's rolling his eyes because I actually keep, like, spreadsheets and PowerPoint slides and all this stuff to remind me of what I own.
I will say, funny little story about the Cackling Moon. I sent her a a yellow box with no copyright on it, and it was a Sunburn Magician.
Mhm.
I don't remember if it was a Blushing Fool or not, honestly. But I remember a few months later looking for a deck, and I needed it to be a Sunburn Magician, but there was something about the Fool. I don't remember if it needed to be a Creamy Fool or if it needed to be a Blushing Fool, but I just remember thinking, I think I had that, and
Yeah.
I sent it away, and oh, no Blushing Fool. Okay, so that must have been what it was.
You get blushing fools like all the time. You don't even try. They just come to you.
I,
That and blazers. Oh my god.
the real truth is that you just have to be like insane and constantly looking.
Very true.
Um,
Oh, Claire's here. Hey, Claire.
oh yeah, Claire. Claire is always so sassy in the chat. I love it. Come on. Oh, got it. Okay. So the not first edition was $63, and the other one, the actual first edition, was 80.
Okay.
So 60 and 80 is 140
That sounds about right.
plus 50, so $190 total for both of them. Which, like, I mean, sounds like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really isn't, considering what they normally sell for.
For sure. There's someone from Germany who just always gets them, and he always sells them for what, $300, $350?
Yes, always. And then there's that one Japanese woman on Etsy
Yes.
who was like snatching them up left and right, it seemed like.
Everywhere. And they're always like at least $250, if not $300 for her.
Oh, Robin wants to know, the $250 was for the very first one that I got.
The 15th printing or so.
Yeah, the 15th printing.
Claire's flirting with you.
Thanks.
You do have beautiful eyes.
How sweet. Oh, and I don't think that, did I say ever that this is the first time anyone has seen your face?
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Hi, guys. This is my face. You typically see my hands on my channel because I literally have nowhere to film in my house, and this is just, that's what happens.
And I remember when we first started talking, and you literally just filmed like a comparison of, I think, some 90s decks or something. I don't even think it's on your channel.
No.
And then you shared it, and I was like, okay, so you can film. Now you're going to make videos? And you were like, no, definitely not. I just did this because someone asked me, and I thought you would like to see it because I know you like the yellow box. And I was like, okay, but like, you should. And the next thing you know, bam, here came unboxing the first edition yellow box.
Yep. You're very good about pushing me into YouTube.
Oh, I feel like every couple of days I'm like, hey, how about a video? Like, when's it gonna happen?
I try to do like once a week, but honestly, life is life.
I feel like I was on a roll for a while, like filming them and scheduling them, and I was doing good. And then this past week was just like nothing. I didn't do a single thing. Well, damn, that was it. I didn't have anything else.
I don't think I have anything else either. Too fun.
Oh, another cooking with me. Yeah, so the little family that I cooked for is on vacation currently, so couldn't really do that this week. But I will definitely be doing that again because I don't know what it is about that. I did that video and the first one, and I was like, damn, everybody is commenting on it. Everyone loves it. Like, it blew up so fast, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Blew up, like it has 1 billion views or something. It got to a bunch of views quicker than any of my other videos did. And it just had more interactions, it seems like.
That was a very good idea.
And I felt like it, I could do, Jackie, that's funny. I do not cook for myself. I mean, sometimes I do, but like, not much.
Why?
I just don't want to.
But like that cake decorating video you had was amazing.
Oh, I love doing stuff like that, but like,
But actually like feeding yourself nutritious food so that you can.
oh, no nutrition. No nutrition. I'm not eating anything healthy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to like hook you up with all my quinoa nutritional yeast and whatnot.
Oh, I don't want anything to do with nutritional yeast.
Nooch is the best.
Did you call it nooch?
Yes, nooch.
Why?
Because that's what you do when you're a hippie.
You joined them?
I joined them. I am a hippie.
No, I mean like you joined the words nutritional yeast.
Yeah, nooch. I love it when we break you with food.
I can't do that. I can't. I'll think about it, but I'm gonna say probably not. So it's not that I don't know. I guess it's just I work all day and then when I come home, I don't really want to cook at my house. And like, to be totally honest, I really like shit food. I really like fried chicken. I really like to drive through a place.
Yeah, I know all about your Chick-fil-A obsession.
I can't, it's good. And I don't even want to because they are not, obviously, they're not like gay friendly, but
We just can't.
I feel like I give them my money and what they do with it is their own business.
Toadstool Terrio is still pushing for the chicken and biscuits video.
I know, the damn chicken and gravy, biscuits and gravy. I will do it, I promise. I don't know, I'm not sure when. I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah, what about biscuits and gravy? I'm sure Josh will love it.
Oh, no.
I know.
No, he won't. Josh eats only salmon and broccoli and popcorn and fucking apples.
Sea salt popcorn.
Yes, sea salt, great value popcorn from Walmart. Garbage.
None of this chili lime stuff.
No, he doesn't want good fancy popcorn. Fuck that. He wants literally sea salt, great value brand from Walmart. And I know we have some people that are from the UK, I know, here. Surely you've heard of Walmart. It's like,
Hell.
it's just garbage. Yeah, so he just eats only healthy things, truly. And he walks constantly. Always walking. Always taking a walk.
Well, that's how you keep in shape.
I mean, what about like meet in the middle? Walk a little, also enjoy life a little.
Everything in moderation.
Selkie, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That is so cool. My father was a chef. He cooked for the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and George VI. Dang.
What's ASDA? ASDA.
Oh, that's the British version of Walmart, basically.
You have your own. They brought trashy ass Walmart to Britain.
I think it's even owned by the Walton family.
No. They have great value in the UK.
I don't know if it's great value and all that brand stuff equivalent, but Asda is essentially their version of Walmart.
Okay, well, Chris, go on down to Asda and get their brand of popcorn, sea salt, if it's there. God help me, if they're out, he is in the pissiest mood the rest of the day until he finds it. He's in like a bad mood. So usually when I go and I see it, it's like $2 a bag. I just grab all of it.
Didn't
Oh.
he tweet Walmart once?
Huh?
Didn't he tweet Walmart once over the popcorn?
He did. He tweeted them. They tweeted him back. And we're basically like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but I think he only tweeted them because I lied to him and said that it got discontinued. And yeah, so he tweeted them, and then a few days later, all of a sudden it popped back up and it was there. So I guess Walmart listens.
Well, good. Selkie's dad also cooked for Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. That is phenomenal.
That's really exciting. I have not done that.
So wait, isn't there an episode of The Crown where they actually like talk about Queen Elizabeth's like food staff a little bit? Like maybe your dad was a character in The Crown.
That's exciting. That's cool. I want to be a character in something.
You will be.
I don't know what.
I'll write a book someday and base a character after you.
Perfect. Just pencil me in. Add me in to your book. Well, I mean, that's all that I have. And I know that you are busy lesson planning.
I mean, I am, but I definitely need to not do that because it's stressful.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, we can go for another 7 minutes if you want, or however long you want. I just don't want you to feel hijacked and stuck here because, I mean, you're here.
I'm fine, but I mean, how long have we been going on for?
Started at 4:30, so like almost an hour.
If we want to make it a solid hour, I'm sure we can find something to talk about for 7 minutes.
Perfect.
What do we want to talk about for 7 minutes?
I don't know. Oh, we can talk about how I just keep buying decks and making you buy them for me because I want you to have them, but you don't really care about them.
I just filmed a video actually. I'm showing my walkthrough of the Golden Tarot, which will probably be out in a week or two. I don't know. But you pushed me into that deck.
All the decks.
Yep. On that video, I actually opened it with trying to do finger guns in your honor.
Aw, how sweet. Yeah, I have an entire stack of things to send for you.
Aww.
My next deck conquest. I really would like the Victorian Romantic Tarot from Baba Studios, but I absolutely refuse to pay what it sells for because I know they're going to reprint it. Like, why wouldn't they? They've already reprinted it like 3 times. It constantly is selling out. So I can be patient and wait for it. I don't like need to have it. But also I don't have any Baba Studios decks at all.
Me neither, actually.
I don't have a single one. So that kind of eats me up because I want to know what they're like. Like, are they as amazing as everyone thinks and says that they are? Or are they just like an okay deck?
Mm-hmm. For me, I think
Mindy, in time.
Here, hello. I want a copy of whatchamacallit. That one University Books deck that I'm missing. I want that copy. Aside from that, if I could find a copy of Benabel Wine Spirit Keeper's Tarot, I think that would be like.
Did you see the one on Marketplace the other day?
No.
I'm so sorry to tell you, you had to have been in the right place at the right time
Oh
because
no.
this person, I'm not sure what their pronouns are, so I'm not going to say, but this person was selling their deck for exactly what they paid for it because they have the Vitruvian. I don't know if I said that right. They have her second edition and they used it more than the first.
Shit.
So,
Oh man.
yeah. So sorry to like Rain Cloud Debbie Downer that, but
It's okay. She's apparently creating new art for a new deck, and I'm sure I'll get that when it comes out.
wait, 175. Minty says 175.
Is that what they were charging for it?
Are you sure that's what it was? I'm almost positive I saw one for less than that. I could be wrong. Rachel, do send me a message because she wants to trade because she has a Victorian Romantic.
What would you trade for it?
I don't know, but I have lots of RWS and she likes RWS, so I'm sure we can figure something out.
Oh, I ordered a test copy of that Dirty Pam that I was working on.
You what?
I ordered a test copy of that Dirty Pam that I was working on to see how it would print.
Oh yeah, on top of Melissa over here knowing about everything, truly every deck, I'm like, what do you think about this? And she's like, well, that's the third edition, but there's actually 2 editions before that, and this one has a book, and it never came with a book after this. And she has it all. I don't know how, but she has lots of information.
I don't know everything about everything, that's for sure.
No, not everything about everything, but she knows about everything I want to know about, which is what matters to me. She, you, I don't know why I'm saying it like you're not literally on the screen with me. You're the only reason that I even thought of ever making a copy of a deck that I liked. And I never thought about editing out like the fonts and all that. And I think so basically she scanned the Dirty Pam and then taught herself Photoshop, literally.
You taught me a lot of Photoshop though. Like
You forgot it and then retaught yourself anyway.
that's actually.
And she replaced the ugly font with Pixie's original calligraphy, which is like everything that everybody wants.
I hope it'll turn out pretty well. Fingers crossed.
I think it will.
Salky loves the competition between us. Do we have competition?
So this is how the competition works. Melissa finds a deck that I really want, buys it, and then within a month, either she finds it for me or I find it. And the same thing happens to her, I feel like, every time. I find something, she's like, oh, I really want that. Next thing you know, prime example is the Wiser with a sticker. Mindy has the only one that we've seen really, other than the ones that we have. Mm-hmm. But Mindy has it. I thought you did.
No, well, I mean, technically, I guess I do, but it's the sticker on top of US Games. So
oh, you do.
Nah, I want one like yours and Mindy's.
Okay, fine. So I guess that nulls out the point I was making, but
still,
the point is, she ended up finding one, and so did I. And I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, the blue box with the Thorsons sticker on it.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
She found it, and I was like, fuck, I'm never going to get it, because she had never seen it really, other than the one that she has.
Once before.
And then I was literally at work, like, I had just finished prepping something. I took my gloves off, and then I opened up eBay to just like peruse. I do the same thing all the time. I don't spend a ton of time, but I'll just like pop it open, do a little flip, and then I get to like, oh, I saw that deck already. I don't need to go anymore. And there it was. It was like the very first deck, so I got it immediately. sent it to her and was like, look, I found it. Isn't this amazing?
And it was. I was very happy for you.
It was like, it is amazing. She also has had a little NyQuil enabling and straight up.
So offended myself. I'm like, oh, why did I do this to
No,
you?
Oh, and also, hey, Dustin.
Oh, Dustin, hey.
So basically, I sent a blue box to her. We decided to go full Pokemon on the blue box at the same time.
Mhm.
And that was the mistake, is normally one of us has already done it. And so we're not looking for the same decks at the same time all the time.
Mhm.
But we started that quest at the same time. And I sent you that it was a Conway address. Sent her the listing. To be fair, it was equally my fault too, because it was very late when I sent it to you. So
so doped up on NyQuil. You don't understand. Like,
so Melissa takes her little NyQuil, puts her little jammies on, gets into bed, and then the next day sends me a text and is like, hey, is this the deck you sent me last night? I don't even remember buying this. And I was like, damn, you did buy it. That is exactly the deck I sent. Not a big deal. I really didn't care. I knew another one would come up. It did. Like, not even a month, I don't think.
I felt absolutely awful about it though, and totally offered it to him. Like, you can have it. Like, this is because that's just terrible deck karma and just whatever. But
Nah, it was fine. It really was fine. And it's honestly, it was a blessing because now I give you a hard time about it every now and then, and it's so fun.
it is.
Even though I don't.
A better copy of it anyway. So
Yeah. So, oh, Wiccan is here. I'm sorry that some people have made it. So I'm sorry that I didn't plan this at all because I'm too impatient. So I'll do another live again, but I didn't plan this, and we've been on for a little over an hour now.
just a scooch.
Oh, and yes, Dustin, this is the official Melissa face reveal.
I did makeup specifically for this.
That's a beautiful red lip.
Thank you. I like it.
Yeah, I was like, I messaged her and was like, I want to do this live, but I want to do it with you. And she was like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And I was like, no, but like, how are we going to do it? Because like normally it's only your hands, like no one's seen your face. And like, I don't want you to feel like you have to. And she was like, no, it's fine, let's do it. Except obviously that's not her voice.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can be a little shrill.
And so flexible, so flexible. I literally was like, what time works for you? Because the deck, I don't know when the deck's coming. And she was like, anytime. And then today she was like, hey, did the deck come? And she texted me that the minute that the DHL driver knocked on my door, which was like a little creepy.
That is a little creepy.
And then she was like, well, are you going to go live? And I was like, are we going to go live? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, okay. And so I just picked a time and here she is. And she did it. Dustin, what you missed is that I got 2 JK Weight decks. Long story short, I got this one with Mindy in mind because I knew she wanted it. And then Melissa found the other one, and the price was really good. And I couldn't see we couldn't see the cards or anything, but we thought it was probably a first edition, and I thought it would be cool. Oh, well, Mindy, I'm not saying it's yours necessarily because I know that you're on the no buy thing. So no pressure. But anyway, Dustin, I thought it would be cool to have both. So I have the last edition ever printed. Okay. Damn. This is so much harder.
Has said that you said you're keeping both you're not keeping both. You think you might have a buyer lined up for the small one because Mindy, I don't know, but that's not concrete yet. So
Yeah. Okay, so I'm keeping these two. It's the first edition, and the last edition of the deck. This one potentially is Mindy's. Oh God, I just can't get it together. I'm like, this one's Mindy's, but like, well, and Dustin, I may have an Albano for you, but it doesn't have a box.
we could make him a box. He could make him a box.
You could make a box, but I do have a copy that just doesn't have a box, but it's in great shape. I love the
Did you figure out?
I love the like bargaining that Mindy is doing in the chat currently.
Dustin's asked me if I figured out the thing I emailed him about. I did not. That is actually something that I would totally appreciate a response back on whenever you get a chance. Obviously, it's not like pressing.
Ooh! At first I was like, this is so rude. Why are we talking about this? Nobody in the chat knows what this is about, but I do. Because you told me that you were going to email him. So, great.
People, I guess. Like, long story short, I'm trying to establish the chronology of how the blue boxes were published. And I thought that I had it, but then I took a look at one of my little white books and realized that, oh, wait, this one's published later than I thought it was. I know that Dustin has the copy of the blue box that I don't have and you don't have. And I need to know some information in that little white book in order to figure out if his comes earlier than mine or vice versa. Dustin's asked if I'm on Glide. I'm not. I probably should be. I'll look into that and let you know.
Perfect.
Dustin said, oh my gosh, Brant and Melissa make Dustin a box. Wait, what?
No, Dustin, you are the official box maker of YouTube / the tarot community.
I just designed tins. That's it.
I don't know if that I'm making you that. So if you didn't want to be that, I'm sorry. I did the same thing to Melissa with the tins. And now she's the tin lady.
I'm the tin lady. Life slaps everyone in the face, Dustin. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, yeah, don't stress about that. I'm not, you literally, I mean, the decks aren't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And next week, I'm going to be like persona non grata for everyone because it's going to be like the start of school stuff. And I'm going to, you know.
I'm going to have withdrawals.
You're going to be in withdrawal?
Yeah, because you're going to be like going to sleep at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, I
do. And busy all day.
But I do get off at like 3:30 my time, which is 2:30 your time. So.
Which is the time that I get off.
Here we go.
All right, great. Oh, Selkie, you're looking for the Tarot of Delphi. I think they're reprinting that. Dustin might be able to answer. I feel like maybe I heard him say that. If it wasn't him, I don't know who. I'm trying to think of where I heard that. Somebody I know I just said that. Maybe it's just because I feel like that deck is... Yeah, see, Dustin did say that. I think I just associated the deck with Dustin because he likes those, like, historical art, collage type... That made them sound so not as good as they are, but you know what I mean. He knows what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean.
Hopefully. It's supposed to be this year, but with COVID, who knows? Seriously, COVID has been such a spoiler for everyone. Even US games, they've had to like put off a lot of their releases.
Yeah, they have. Where's my Gilded Centennial?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Where is it at? I want it.
I'm sure it'll be coming. They say fall. Fall's
It's
like
so, well, it's also going to be my first centennial, so I wanted it now. It was supposed to be here already. No,
why? Why?
because the borders look dirty, which is so sad. Which is so sad because I have so many RWS that are not that great.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the Centennial, in my opinion, it is the best mass market publication of like historic Pan. So I'm
Well,
just gonna have it.
my gilded one should be coming in. Yeah, I don't have it. And then I almost got it. I think I did order it, but I accidentally ordered the borderless one, which was like the shittiest surprise, and I think I returned it.
Oh yeah. Justin has said Brant.
I know.
Brant what?
I know. I didn't have the universal weight either. And then I was like, I'm literally making Melissa buy all of these weird RWS decks,
That's
and
true.
then I'm missing like basic classic ones that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm. And the Universal, it's just such a lovely deck to have.
I'm very glad that I have it. And the first time I realized that there was a difference between the earlier one, the 90s one, and the current one was on Rachel, the Cackling Moons channel. She did like a comparison of some of her RWSs and she put them side by side, the backs, and they're very different in color.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of color differences. And I think cardstock, the vintage ones in the brown boxes, the cardstock's just really nice and slick and aces. But I got a new printing to practice trimming, and it was awful and left this like waxy substance all over my hands, and it was yeah, I was very shocked too. I eventually because I couldn't handle it. Like if there's like dirt or something on my hands, I just freak out because that's OCD. So I literally took soft toweling and some acetone and kind of like brushed the surfaces of all the cards. Was it acetone?
That's so tedious. That's so tedious.
Very light dish soap, and it left so much black stuff all over the toweling. So whatever the heck is on those cards is gross.
I feel like my newest Albano is like that.
Yeah, I think wherever the printing, probably Modiano. I don't know. Damn Modiano.
Oh, and they got rid of the damn reprint numbers, and that really pisses me off.
Yes, on the new yellow boxes. That just it's sad. And there's the typo on the back of the box. Like why?
So that we'll have another one to buy.
It is disgusting how many yellow boxes I have.
No, it's not. It's an archive.
It is. It's an archive.
All right, well, it's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my.
So I think, unless you have something to say, I think we can probably cut it here.
Me.
And that way it won't be like an absurdly long video to watch.
Cindy about the deck.
I will. Yeah. So thanks for the people that did show up. Even though there was no sort of warning at all, except for like 20 minutes. And thank you, Melissa, for showing your pretty face for the very first time. And I'll do another live sometime this weekend, I'm sure.
Yay!
I don't know when, so I'm not going to say when. So I guess let me do the YouTuber thing and click the notification bell. That way, when I do go live, you'll know that I'm live.
Yeah, and hit like below, guys.
Yeah, and also, I don't do any of that.
Neither do I. It's so cheesy, but whatever.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast because if not, I'll just keep awkwardly talking until it's another half hour and I've said goodbye 30 times.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.